This is you. You brought yourself here. You chose to be alone. Nothing but these weapons, and the hallway waiting to be painted in demon blood. We're truly alone, unless a demon decides to introduce itself. In this alien place, every step forward is a choice. Every scream and a hiss, a reminder that we are utterly, undeniably isolated. But why? Why do we put ourselves in this situation? Why do we choose this solitude? Of course, it isn't because we're violent maniacs, or that the ESRB should be worried. We do this because we need it. It's a release, a moment to step outside reality and into a world that lets us confront chaos on our own terms, alone. Across games, this feeling, this deliberate, immersive solitude, it permeates experiences from Doom to Subnautica to Alien Isolation. It's more than a setting or a mechanic. It's a state of mind. And today, we're going to explore it a bit in this video, the theme that unites them, the one that lingers long after the monsters are dead, the holes are breached, and the lights are flickering, seclusion. Now, there's been countless forays into this topic, usually framed under the popular term of isolation. For our purposes today, I want to explore a bit more what it means to the socially awkward, the misanthropic, or just us individuals that daydream to no end. Whichever reason we find ourselves seeking solace, through book reading in the closet, or through binge watching primitive camping journeys on YouTube, and that's instead of sleeping, of course. Perhaps even just staring into space, though, visualizing so intimately the daydreams of a different world, a different you, a different me. Being entirely within the bubble of introversion can be a tough space to crawl through. Our daily lives can feel like spelunking into traps laid by strangers before us. Each greeting at a doorway, we hold it open for 12 people, smiling to each, a mask we've worn our whole lives, promising kindness while hiding our complexity. I often fear what would happen should anyone see my thoughts directly one day, though it be impossible at the moment. Perhaps I'll be locked away for the shocking truths behind my eyes. I'm confident many of you feel the same way. So what does that mean then? Are we fucking assholes? Well, I don't know the answer to that, because keeping these feelings inside, it feels so monumentally difficult at times, that it's easy to think all the rest of the people are assholes for not leaving me alone. What, can't they read my mind? I mean, let's hope not. I don't believe us introverts are assholes. What I've come to understand in my 4+ decades on Earth is that our social batteries run hot and on 2%. That's at the best of times. Sleep deprivation, gaming addiction, standing under the hot water for too long in the shower, eating carbs till we puke, cursing our chores, our jobs, and our luck as we force ourselves to drink a glass of water before the 3 cups of coffee in the morning, only to chase it all with statins, fish oil, and blood pressure medication as we fake our smiles through the workday, coming home to exhaustion and chores and kids. Ozempic shots, 3 hours of freedom. Our lives become centered around those 3-hour respites. Oases in a muddled life of mediocrity. It's really no wonder then that us extreme introverts crave seclusion. It's a magic place that seclusion takes us. As gamers, that can be Zebes, as we control Samus on her bounties in alien environments, alone and assured of her skill set, as she blasts through space pirates like a cannonball through flesh. She captivates us, not just in beauty, but in assurance of her mission, laser focus, extreme skill, and predatory resolve, all without muttering a single word. Unless Adam starts yapping, that is. Samus is my favorite video game character of all time. I played the first game when it released and understood immediately that her mission was also mine. Head out alone, explore everything, find all the loot, and then kill the evil shit with punitive measure. One of my core memories involves playing through NES Metroid with my uncle, my brother, and cousins. We all gave that game hell. Running out of missiles in Turian, dying Doridally 57 times, taking turns farming the bugs for health and missiles, since they decided in this game to punish you for perishing by forcing you to farm for over 30 minutes at a time to recharge. Now, my feelings for the game will always be mixed, but the joy of that shared experience will live with me forever. My uncle passed away to a combination of COVID and cancer several years back now. It's been tough. Even sitting here now speaking on this, I know that I've not fully processed it 5 years on, but it's okay. He would be the first person to tell me to get the hell over it and then laugh about it. But shortly after his passing, I remembered the Metroid cart and wondered if anyone had held on to it. So I asked my cousin about it. 2 weeks later, my parents dropped a package off. Somehow I knew what it was going to be, and it was strange how emotional I got holding the 33-year-old NES cartridge, the very same one. Now, nostalgia can't hit any harder than that, and I'll be forever grateful to my cousin for sending it to me, complete with instruction manual. Sitting there alone with that game at my desk, I felt grounded, like a piece of my mind was unlocked once more. Seclusion was a taste that an old piece of plastic could instill in me, a promise of an adventure set about alone. Only me, and well, I guess Samus too. The very nature of seclusion was present from the start of the Metroid franchise, and became a trend since day one for me, searching for it at every turn in gaming choices. Nothing pleased me more than blasting through a side-scroller without an NPC in sight. Now, I know what a lot of you will be saying, NES Metroid. It sucks big ass balls, I know. It's insane levels of difficulty, and at all the wrong places. And for all the wrong reasons. But instead of trotting over well-worn soil for the millionth time, I'll just refer you to the Angry Video Game Nerd, his most recent review of the Metroid series. He outlines much more succinct than I ever could, and I agree with him on every single point about the game. And yet we all acknowledge this is where it began for many of us, isolating into a dangerous miasma of zones, lined with lava and acid pits, full of space pirates and bosses, punctuated by a brain in a jar, and a room full of demon Cheerios and pea shooters. Look, if you know, then you know. I won't beat a dead Ridley about it, but this game is kind of a cultural milestone, a waypoint, if you will, for those of us introverts that recognize the seclusion of Samus' situation on Zebes. But thank goodness, we got Doom and Tomb Raider, then later titles like Shadow of the Colossus, Dark Souls, Subnautica, and of course the game with the word in its title, Alien Isolation. There's many more we could name for sure, all traceable back to a funny little sprite jaunting across the rocky terrain of the soon-to-be exploded planet of Zebes. What this all means is open to interpretation. What did you get from thinking about the seclusion you felt throughout your gaming experiences? I personally feel like this is a core instruction instead of a secondary measure. The open world of Skyrim being its own harbinger of the cold, ready to lose us into its magical soundtrack and forested mountains. Subnautica with its intense claustrophobia within a wildly open ocean of danger and beauty. It's a fun bit of emotional residue to mess with, like sculpting clay into shapes we admire. Our imagination can't be contained by these worlds that set them free and gave us permission to use them as we saw fit, for our own backdrops to our own stories. Devoid of distractions from constant chatter, we're not asking for complete encapsulation here, just a sense of reflection, looking at ourselves throughout the mirror of a game's world, alone and content. If you've enjoyed the journey today, follow for more. I plan on releasing videos as often as possible, discussing the greater narrative structure of games and the feelings they put us in. Emotional angles like this rarely get discussed as much as I think they should, so I guess I'll do it. Thanks for staying to the end. Even one person watching all the way through means more than I can explain. If you enjoyed this, I'll keep making more essays like it. Subscribing lets me know that you want another, and a like helps this one survive. You have my gratitude for either. Life's busy for us all, and the fact that you spend a few minutes here isn't something I take lightly. Until the next video, I'm Bjorn Free, reminding you to be kind to yourself.